Hi, good morning. I'm Raleigh Brown, and this is Curve Flattening Concert number 692. We're edging up towards 700 here. Not sure if we'll hit that by the end of the year. We might. And it's good to see you all here after our last outing, during which Facebook was struggling. And we had a smaller crowd. Today I see Bob McKenna and Bernd Bookman and Steve DeHaas on YouTube, and Audrey Bernheimer, Kathy Marsick, Aretta Wauk, and Ron. Warren Bendler and Janelle, Heidi and Jerry from Texas, and David Arthur Radcliffe from the UK. Slim Edelman is here from Tucson. Charlie Bryant from the People's Republic of Montgomery County, Maryland. And Debbie Moore is here from Maine, and Rhonda Scott Merrick from Chicago, and Carol Pred from Mentor, Ohio. So good to have you all here. We will clink. Here's to you all. And to getting the most goodness and joy you can out of life, regardless of who's in the news. Have some pretty high test coffee there today. And as is often the case, I see a couple more people, Tom Dietz and Dave Mason from Scotland. Deb Lebby Clark is here. And Michael Anthony Wood and Jay Peterson. And that's all for now. So I have a Charlie picture for you today, taken earlier this morning. Charlie is being a good boy. There he is, contemplating, trying to look intelligent. He's doing pretty good at it. He is a pretty for a dog. He's pretty intelligent. He figures out a lot of shit that I don't get. So there he is for you, Charlie the dog. And we will start right in with some music. We have a good crowd here already. I'm going to put some finger picks on because I'm going to play a Reverend Gary Davis tune. And I see Karen Beatty is here, and Lori Payne, and Donna Bergman, and that. I woke up this morning about 4:30. You know, the hesitation blues was knocking at my door. Tell me how long must I wait? Well, can I get you now, or must I hesitate? You know, I'm standing on the corner with $1 in my hand. I'm looking for a woman who might be looking for a man. Tell me how long must I wait? Well, can I get you now? Must I hesitate? You know, a nickel is a nickel, and a dime is a dime. I got a house full of children, not one of them is mine. Tell me how long must I wait? Well, can I get you now, or must I hesitate? Eagle on $1 says, in God we trust. The woman says she wants a man, but wants to see that $1 first. Tell me how long must I wait? Well, can I get you now, or must I hesitate? Well, if the river was whiskey and I was a duck, you know, I would dive to the bottom, and I do believe I would not come up. How long must I wait? Well, can I get you now, or must I hesitate? I ain't no doctor, ain't no doctor's son, but I could kill a few cases for you till the doctor comes. Tell me how long must I wait? Well, can I get you now, or must I hesitate? Never been to heaven, but I've been told St. Peter taught the angels how to do the jelly roll. Tell me how long must I wait? Well, can I get you now, or must I hesitate? The Hesitation Blues from the Reverend Gary Davis. I saw a couple notes back here. More people have checked in. Owen O'Malley is here, and Pam Zappardino, and Mike Carr, and who else? Kate Petrella. My old Kent State friend Diane Desmond, and Donna Bergman is here, and Mike Verbick. And Milwaukee Matson is here on YouTube. And Milwaukee Matson says, the more that I listen to Gary Davis, the more that I hear quite a lot of trad jazz influences. Well, it's true. He was listening to ragtime piano and ragtime bands when he was young. And that, you know, the thing about the Reverend Gary Davis, which is one of the most remarkable things about him, is that he was not bound by any genre. He played pop tunes of the era. He played stuff like, you know, It's a Long Way to Tipperary and stuff like that. And he played his spiritual music, which had a whole different kind of sound to it. And then he played these ragtime virtuoso instrumentals and novelty tunes like the United States March. And he just had such total command of the instrument. Never used a capo. Mostly always played in standard tuning, and played in various keys, played in the key of F, which a lot of folk and blues guitarists do not play well in. And just a remarkable musician, you know, like a kind of truly a genius who worked very hard at his craft. He is an idol, a cherished angel to us all. So Let me see, and I'm still talking here. Next up, this was that one was a request by Ken Nashif, who is now called Marketplace Ale, I think, on if you see his comments on here. Next up was a request by Bunny Barnes, which is she requested The Snowman, which is actually part of a medley I do. The first tune is called Bojay Poo Boo, and it was written by Les McCann. And I was introduced to this tune by Steve Mann. Steve Mann said, "Hey, have you ever heard Les McCann?" He was a big Les McCann fan. And I said, "Nope." He said, "Listen to this." And he started to play me just a fragment of this tune. I don't even think it was in the same key I play it in. And I said, "Wow, those are really cool voicings. I really like that." He said, "Yeah, go check it out." This is when I was out in San Francisco with him. And when I came back home, I checked it out, and I thought, that's really nice, but there's also a figure in it that is the same figure as the theme song of The Snowman. So I used that as a segue to get from one to the other. And I see Jackie Damsky is here, my old friend. And let me see if I'm missing anybody else before I proceed. I think I said hi to most everybody. Michael Miller is here maybe from North Carolina. He says hello from North Carolina. And like that. So let's soldier on. So this is Bojay Poo Boo and The Snowman. And Bojay Poo Boo is tricky because it starts out in the key of A minor, the way I play it. I might have had to move it into a guitar key. And then it goes, which is Hesitation Blues is in A minor. But then it jumps up to the key of B flat minor for a brief little segue there. And that's where it gets challenging. So that's Bojay Poo Boo and the Snowman, which is also called Walking on the Air. And I see my buddy Cozy Sheridan, a year older and but no less lovely, I tell you, is here. Just celebrated her 60th birthday, and happy birthday, Coz. And Mark Steele is here. Mark just underwent some healthcare stuff, and I hope he's getting better as well as can be expected. And Rita Rubin. Hi, Rita. My dear friend. And Leanie Angles is here. And David. Another one of, I think they came to us via Cozy. They're Cozy fans, as are we all. And like that. Okay, so there you go. Next up is an original. I think Deb Lebby Clark might have requested this one. If I was wrong about that, I apologize to whoever did request it. This is a semi-autobiographical work. Boy, I have to hit that chord right so it sounds wrong. Here we go. There it is. Now, I used to live a hepcat life. Had a lot of drama and a lot of strife. Staying in some cheap abode. Rent comes due and you hit the road. Catch a ride out of town. Miss your baby and you feel so down. Call her number and you get some guy. Just shrug your shoulders and you go get high. You play the guitar till 3 a.m. Breakfast at noon and then you start again. Late nights at the diner with friends to see, for laughter and camaraderie. The sun went down and I was at my best. The sun came up, well that's when I'd rest. Now I get up with the dawn. I end up working all day long. I don't quite know why or when I became a model citizen. Life used to be messy in many ways, but boy, I sure miss those hepcat days. Yes, I used to live a hepcat life. Had a lot of drama and a lot of strife. Life is messy in many ways, but boy, I sure miss those hepcat days. Hepcat days. The story of my young life, to an extent. So it's time for some, let me see if there's anyone else here. Kit Sarikaku up this early in the morning. Oh, you must be in Arizona, right? And Judy Wong is here. Judy missed when I said hi to her last time, so I'll say hi twice. Hi, Judy. And Leanie says she's enjoyed Cozy's music for over 25 years. Rusty Luthi is here from from down south, and lots of good folks. So announcements today. Remember, this Wednesday at 3:30, which is right after my concert, is the Zoom meeting. And if you are on the Denizens private group, the Denizens of Raleigh World, then you will see in the pinned posts the Zoom link, which will get you into that meeting. So feel free to join us. If you feel like you're a regular here, but you're not on the Denizens page, I can either invite you on, or you could just email me, Raleigh@RaleighBrown.com, and I will send you a link to the Zoom meeting, unless you sound like a total stranger who's scamming me, in which case I will probably not send you a link. So that'll be this Wednesday at 3:30, right after. It'll be our holiday Zoom meeting. We try to do one every year, and like that. Also, along with Bunny Barnes and Kurt Lippy, I will be playing at the Sellersville Theater in Sellersville, Pennsylvania, right here, my little hometown, on Wednesday, January 15th. And that should be a really fun show, and it's a lovely theater. It's a really nice gig to play. So if you're in the area, they're not streaming it, but if you're in the area, you could come on out. You can go to st94.com, the website of Sellersville Theater 1894, and you could buy tickets, which we would appreciate. So I think that's all my announcements. The Invisibles are Judith Fox, Joel Biget, Mario Prue, and George Young. And there is, as always, a PayPal Venmo link. Use it if you like. Don't use it if you don't like. Paul Hayden is here. Hey, Paul. Paul's a great singer and songwriter who comes to Sam W. every year. And a lovely guy, really nice guy. So you're welcome aboard here. And the schedule I am on right now, as you may have noticed, and then on Monday, I don't know who is on, but somebody might say that somebody's on. And on Tuesday, Cozy Sheridan and Charlie Koch will be doing their 10:30 a.m. concert. And that's always a joy, as many of you already know. And Keith Shaw, you're not invisible. Didn't I say hi to you before? And then I'll be back on Wednesday. So it's me now. Who knows who's on Monday? Somebody will pipe up with somebody. Cozy and Charlie on Tuesday. Charlie the human, not Charlie the dog. On Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And I'll be back Wednesday at 3 p.m. and again at 3:30 for the Zoom meeting. Okay? So next up, this was a request, maybe by Lori Payne. If I had a memory, I would know these things. This is one of a song that's truly become a standard, a folk standard. It's played in the bluegrass world, it's played in the folk world, maybe even in the pop world. Hi, Jeff Blumenthal, and it's written by Tom Paxton way early in his career. It's a lesson too late for the learning, made of sand, made of sand. In the wink of an eye, my soul is turning. In your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. You've got reasons aplenty for going. This I know, this I know, for the weeds have been steadily growing. Please don't go, please don't go. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. As we walk, all my thoughts are a-tumbling round and round, round and round. Underneath our feet, the subway is rumbling. Underground, underground. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. As I lie in my bed in the morning without you, without you, every song in my breast dies a mourning without you. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. That was the last thing on my mind. Tom Paxton, what a lovely song, huh? So let me see if I'm missing anybody here. I try to keep up with things. Rand Furlong, hi Rand. And who else have I missed? Tom Albright is here. Real good crowd this morning. Looks like over 50 people. It must be a pretty boring morning for you folks if you're all here. So this one, Hoagie Carmichael, what more can you say? Stardust, man, one of the great, well, two of the greatest songs ever written. The verse is beautiful, and the part we're all familiar with is beautiful too. I just saw Jerry Gilbertson is here from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Frank Mato, other people checking in late. Marlena Burke, and I saw my old buddy Steve Smith. Boy, Steve, I really wish we were going to be somewhere in the same area again sometime soon. Steve is a great singer, songwriter, guitar player, mandolin player. He does it all, and he's a wonderful guy too. And plays with our mutual friend Tim May, who's another great musician. Go look those guys up, and if they come somewhere near you, make sure you go hear them. So I think I said hi to you all. I have one more here. This was a request from, I think, from Mike Miller down there in North Carolina. And I think I play it here. You know Jesus is on that main line. Tell him what you want. Jesus is on that main line. Tell him what you want. Jesus on the main line. You gotta tell him what you want. You gotta call him up and tell him what you want. Well, that line ain't never busy. Tell him what you want. That line ain't never busy. Tell him what you want. Line ain't never busy. Tell him what you want. Call him up and tell him what you want. Well, if you want in his kingdom, you gotta tell him what you want. If you want in his kingdom, you gotta tell him what you want. You want in his kingdom, you gotta tell him what you want. Call him up and tell him what you want. And if you're sick and you wanna be well, tell him what you want. If you're sick and you want to be well. If you're sick and you want to be well, gotta tell him what you want. You gotta call him up and tell him what you want. And if you're feeling down and out, tell him what you want. If you're feeling down and out, tell him what you want. If you're feeling down and out, you gotta tell him what you want. Call him up and tell him what you want. I know Jesus is on that main line. Tell him what you want. Yeah, Jesus is on the main line. Tell him what you want. Jesus on that main line. Tell him what you want. Call him up, 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 and tell him which chords to play, and then tell him what you want. So I see my buddy Jim Greco showed up here late, and Lucille Avakian, Helen Avakian's sister. And see if there's anybody else I missed here. I think I saw most of you. Oh, Rob Horowitz. Hi, Rob. So many people who I've met over the years. Be happy and be healthy and be brave and be calm. Be kind, it's a snap. If you get cranky, take a nap. It's easy to get cranky these days, and it's easy to lose heart. And that's why I keep this little mantra stored away safely in my brain. Be happy, be healthy, be brave, and be calm. And have the best time you can have, and I'll hope to see you guys later in the week. Thank you all for stopping by. Charlie and I give our best.